I don't know, man. This feels like heroic. I'm not gonna lie. We're cleaning house here. Ooh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to some more Division 2 content on the Jack of All Trades channel. We got something really fun today. We're actually going to be going into the Summit and playing some Legendary, but this will work in regular Legendary too. We got a build that's made to tie you over from pre-TU22 up until and including the new update, because this is only going to get better, but it still is great right now. So let's get in there and see what we're working with. Alright, we're in the Summit right now. I had some commenters asking about Summit and Summit Legendary specifically. I do a lot of Legendary content. I've used this build in regular Legendary, and maybe I'll include some clips of during this video of the gameplay as well. I'm going to have a full build guide explaining everything here. Don't worry about it. But essentially it's a Heartbreaker, tank, the damage tank hybrid with Memento, and we're using our Artificer. This thing performs really, really great. And so we're going to show it off here now in some Legendary regular Summit. So there's no directives, there's no Golden Bullet for context-wise. At the time I'm recording, Golden Bullet is like an active event, but we don't have it on here, which you'll see obviously. The XP numbers will be inflated because there is the 5 XP event going on right now. So if you're curious about that, that is what's going on. And yeah, so they just finished the PTS Phase 1 for Title Update 22. And the reason why I'm really excited to share this build is because it's something I've been using and it performs really well, as you'll see. But looking at the patch notes so far, now this is of course subject to change, but looking at the patch notes that were released so far, it's just gonna get better. So the pieces that we're using in here work really well, and it's just gonna become even stronger. Depending how things play out, I might make some other changes, but we have to see what actually goes live. But for right now, this works, and if they push to live, the live game, the changes that were in the notes, this is gonna be super, super strong. And you see it right now, like I'm just chatting, and we're having a pretty easy time. And we don't even have our Memento stacks built up yet. There's a lot of synergies going on here in this build. It might seem simple on the surface, but there's a lot of intricacies in understanding how the pieces play together with each other, which is in line with pretty much all the builds I make here. Gotta pay a little more attention. Our shield's down.
Time's up, Agent.
Now, I don't usually play Summit at all, let alone Summit Legendary. A couple times I've played Summit has mostly been for like farming purposes. But I don't know, man. This feels like heroic. I'm not gonna lie. We're cleaning house here. And this is indeed, you can see it in the corner there, this is indeed Legendary level. And yeah, I don't need this space. Let's get right back in, man. This is easy. Now hopefully I'm not cursing myself there, but yeah, this is feeling good. Now this is a very effective build for Legendary level content. As you see, we're playing the Summit now. It's also really good for Legendary missions. But what's cool about it is you can bring it down into heroic content as well. Ooh. And of course, like I discussed about in my last video around, you know, heroic builds, Legendary builds, and what you're looking for. This is a Legendary level build, so a lot of our damage, almost pretty much all our damage, right, is not coming from on-kill mechanics. Uh-oh. So when we're fighting enemies like rogue agents, where there's no other enemies, isolated fight, we don't need to, ooh boy. we don't need to worry that we're not proccing peak damage, because we're getting our stacks up. We're running flatline, and we're just powering through. Now, the other thing you could be using in this case, like, would be very effective to use the Scorpio. It would make this even easier with the CC effects. You just kind of lock them in place, but as you see, not too much difficulty regardless. There you go. Yeah, we're going through it. It honestly, it feels like heroic. Now, I think Legendary Summit is the perfect difficulty for me if I was to play casually. You know, it's difficult. If I'm playing solo especially, it's difficult. You need to pay attention. But yeah, it's definitely not the level. Like, soloing a legendary mission is definitely significantly harder. I'm gonna die. There you go. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. Ooh, EMP? That's gonna be very annoying. We might be able to take advantage of Faraday Field here. Advanced tip. Haha. So, you'll see me do this in some gameplay if you're paying attention. When I'm playing Legendary, during missions you don't have to deal with this kind of thing, where there's like an EMP tower. But if you're attacking a sniper dog, right, when they die, they EMP out. Part of the specialization tree that we're running here for various other reasons is the talent or, you know, buff of Faraday Field, which makes it so that, see this blue line right here? When you drop a skill, if you're within a certain distance of a skill, then you won't get EMP. You'll be immune to EMP effect. System disrupted. So what we can do here is right when it... See that timing? So what we can do here is right when it... See that timing? Right when the EMP finished, the status effect on me, before it was able to reproc, I dropped the... Oh boy. They still powered through my shield. I dropped the try to get this. Vital signs critical. Yeah, so I still got that blue line. There we go. I'll get to bring this out. But yeah, so right at the bottom there, I'll try to tag it for you. You saw that right in between, I was able to drop the Hive, which then gives me Faraday Field, so that I can actually play with my shield now, despite being literally right next to the EMP tower. Because I got that little blue line going on there. So that's how you're able to handle these kinds of scenarios in the Summit, but it's also really useful, and you'll see me do this when I'm playing in Legendary and I just finished off a sniper dog. So I'm engaging with a sniper dog like this, then right before it explodes I'll drop, so I can put my shield out. After it explodes and sends the EMP pulse, I'll have been immune to it, and then I can pick it back up and keep moving around with my Artificer Hive. And the Artificer Hive will work in both scenarios, whether it's on your back or on the ground. When it's on the ground though, it will send out, use up the charges, and it'll use it up for whatever teammate skills are in the area. Whereas when it's on your back, it'll just go to you. For use as a tank, you should just keep it on your back. That way you have unlimited charges, you don't need to worry about it, and the charges usually get to you faster, because they do have to move. So if you're within the range but still far away, it won't proc as consistently as when it's on your back. But that's definitely something important to know. Now we're only at like half stack here. We're able to burst them down pretty fast. This isn't even this isn't my main character actually, so this is kind of a build that's a little thrown together. I don't have all of my mods. This isn't the normal vector that I would use, so it's not maxed out. It doesn't have any expertise on it either. Right, it's not even maxed, but it's still getting the job done. There's that sniper dog. We'll hopefully take advantage of the Faraday field effect, that little tip I just was talking about. Now explosives are much more dangerous for us than the sniper dog. See the next mag. Oh boy.
System malfunctioning.
Yeah, that didn't work. I did miss the timing. Got my shield broke.
System restored.
Being able to just charge at them while they're shooting at me because of the ridiculous amounts of bonus armor is just crazy. That's just crazy.
Fire zone.
Down.
Last one here.
Ooh. Let's go take care of that support station first. That's gonna cause us a lot of issues.
Terminal destroyed.
And cleanup time.
Target in range.
Just tanking the sheer amount of bonus armor. Done. Let's go. Is honestly, at least right now, I did die. I won't lie. I got a little too. You still gotta pay attention. It's still a challenge, you know. But definitely, at least, especially with the number of enemies they're throwing at you, it might. I don't want to say it's closer, but it does feel a little bit like heroic at times rather than legendary, especially like solo legendary. So if you guys are, you know, maybe not the most familiar with playing legendary, I think this would be a good experience to get familiar with the type of things that legendary will throw at you and how, you know, tanky the enemies are, how much they spam grenades. It's still, you know, not like just playing the real thing, right? But okay, so here you see I dropped it. Boom, EMP goes off. We're chilling. Very, very clutch. And then we just carry on about. Now another thing you'll see me do is that I'm purposely moving around without my shield. One, to sprint and cover distance faster, but also because bonus armor will go away. The bonus armor that we're getting from the trophy, it only lasts for a certain amount of time anyway. So I might as well move around, let my bonus armor soak in the damage before I inevitably lose it anyway, and then pull out the shield. Because if I move around with the shield, my shield will be taking damage, and I only get the Artificer Hive every 10 seconds. So this way, I'm maximizing the utility of that bonus armor I am getting, covering distance faster, and then I'm able to pull my shield out fresh and have an Artificer Hive ready to rock immediately instead of progressively taking damage onto my shield and risking it break. That is one of the things I don't love about playing in Summit, is that you get like really random like objectives and stuff. Especially the EMP ones really suck. I have a lot of builds that, of course, are some sorts of hybrids that rely heavily on skills to make the builds work. And it's really annoying to play against those stages because it's just like, okay, I just have to use a DPS build now. Which is just, you know, it's kind of boring. It's not really exactly what I want to do. Now, if you're not familiar, you see that Stinger Hive from this backpack? Yeah, if you're not familiar with Legendary, there's the white tusk chunkies are built different, quite literally. We're taking a little bit of heat here.
Serious trauma detected.
Ah, this guy. Oh no, that was a mistake. You do not want to shoot the backpacks when you're close. Get my artificer, boom. Chipping away at that chunky. Outside SMG range, no problem. We should be able to pull the shield out with the artificer, boom. Back to full. Did you see that? That's what's up. Not bad.
Shot wood.
Who's left? We get all that bonus armor. Look at this. Look at this. Ridiculous. We got 2 layers of tankiness on this setup.
Shit for brains.
Now the other thing you could do is swap to the orbit to get perfect finisher and do even more damage if you have the opportunity to. Why not? It's nice to have. Now we're running at max crit chance already with our SMG, so we don't need to rely on the orbit, but it also gives you crit damage, so if you can, why not? Especially when you're playing, you know, solo in a scenario like Summit, it's a lot easier to control the situation and the kills. You can't shoot anymore, and you can't hive either. This is chunky control 101 right here. Then you get behind them. This is the weak spot. You see right there, I shot right through, straight to health. Didn't need to crack them. And actually with this build, you know, usually if you're running like a full skill build or a see that? Chunky control 101. Wow, we're getting a lot of good clips here. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. This ended up being really educational, had a lot of different clips and moments throughout the video that were showing off different advanced features of Legendary and also this build in particular. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Get ready for the build guide coming out very soon. Working on that right now. And that'll explain how to put the build together and more intricacies of how all the pieces are working together and how you can also adapt the build to your own playstyle and the content you want to play. So get ready for this build. Keep it in your loadouts because it's going to get even better for TU22. And when that drops, you know there's going to be a lot of content on this channel. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy.